Sir, you have 2.5 minutes.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to register the Socialist Party's opposition to renewal of this Act, which was beefed up and brought in following the Omagh atrocity, which was obviously the Socialist Party in the North at that time and now totally opposed and continue to oppose the cancer of sectarianism, including building trade union responses to sectarianism. Now, the basis for terrorism lies in the material, social and political conditions that exist in a society. Groups cannot and will not be diminished by repressive laws. All history has shown this, and in fact nobody has been brought to account for the Omagh bombing to this day using this law. Only a radical transformation of society where jobs are provided, where the wealth is used for the benefit of the majority rather than a tiny elite, can the conditions for terrorism be eliminated. Now, I also oppose the legislation because it has huge potential to be used against peaceful mass protest by citizens, by workers and by trade unions. People who oppose and challenge the government or exploitative employers, and people who will, I'm very confident in the years ahead, oppose the austerity agenda of this government. Take, for example, Brazil at the moment, where anti-terror legislation was ushered in advance of the World Cup, ostensibly to deal with terrorism. In fact, that legislation can bring in 15 to 30 years in prison for anyone causing or inciting widespread terror by threatening or trying to threaten the life, the physical integrity or the health or liberty of a person. It's widely feared now that that legislation will be used against protesters who've been defending their slums and their shacks against the clearances that have taken place for the World Cup and against transport workers in Brazil. Similarly, in Greece, this legislation was brought in to deal with terrorism, but in fact has been used against protesters who don't have the right to wear a mask, against tear gas or a hood even to cover their heads. We've seen how the Patriots Act in America, following 9/11, has led to the ridiculous situation where books have been monitored, the people have been taken out of libraries. We've seen the shame of Guantanamo Bay, where detention has been exploited as well.
Your time is up, Deputy.
Okay, so I would ask the Minister, we shouldn't renew this legislation, and I would point to the way that the special branch have been used to monitor people, left-wing activists and political activists, and also the way Gardaí have been used to guard water meters in the last week. So you can see how policing is being used to erode people's civil liberties.
Thank you, Deputy.